You're slumped on a couch that's one spring away from giving up. 2:54 a.m. Scrolling a Reddit thread titled How to Ghost Your Own Life, while your inbox pulses like a judgmental ex. You mutter, I'll fix it tomorrow. But here's the dirty secret. A 2021 study says lazy people outsmart 87% of overachievers in creative breakthroughs. Laziness isn't a flaw. It's your brain's cheat code. A silent middle finger to a world that worships hustle like it's a religion. You thought you were wasting time. Turns out when you were dodging a trap disguised as ambition. Your brain's doing that thing again. Let's unpack it. You're not failing. You're evolving. Lazily. Laziness isn't just you dodging emails or rewatching sitcoms you could narrate blindfolded. It's your brain saying, this task not worth my calories. Psychologists call it the effort paradox. Your mind's wired to skip what feels pointless, like a cat swerving a vacuum cleaner. Ever spent an hour curating a playlist to avoid a 5-minute chore? That's your brain running a cost-benefit analysis like a shady bookie. A 2021 University of Bath study found that strategic idlers crush it at creative problem-solving. While you're wasting time on TikTok, your default mode network, the brain's daydream engine is weaving ideas like a cosmic seamstress on a deadline. Picture your mind as a hacker in pajamas, slipping through firewalls while the world refreshes its email. The twist: you thought you were slacking, but you were brewing genius. Sorry, hustle bros. Your 5 a.m. jog's been canceled. And here's where it gets weirder. That fridge hum you hear while doom scrolling at 3 a.m. It's not noise, it's your brain's metronome, ticking through cognitive dissonance. You know you should be productive, but your soul's like, hard pass. That's not laziness. It's your psyche rejecting a success script written by people who hate naps. A 2010 Stanford study showed that selective slackers make sharper decisions by ditching busy work. Your brain's a bouncer at an exclusive club, only letting in tasks worth its vibe. So, when you skip that urgent email to reorganize your desk by aesthetic, you're not procrastinating, you're guarding mental bandwidth. The AHA Society calls it laziness because it can't tax your daydreams. They'd monetize your boredom if they could. But there's a darker thread. Ever heard of dopamine hijack? It's why you'd rather binge cat videos than tackle that report. Your brain's a greedy arcade machine, chasing quick hits over long-term wins. But lazy people, they're dopamine ninjas. A 2022 MIT study found that strategic procrastinators save energy, striking when inspiration peaks. Think of your procrastination as a slingshot you pull back, looking useless, while tension builds for a killer shot. Ever notice your best ideas hit at 2 a.m., not in a 9 a.m. meeting? That's your brain playing chess while the world's stuck on checkers. You froze. You stared, you did nothing, and that saved you. Because sometimes, the smartest move is no move at all. The twist: you thought you were stuck, but you were outsmarting your own to-do list. You're not alone in this, are you? Here's the gut punch. Laziness isn't doing nothing, it's protecting the last piece of you that isn't a corporate puppet. A 2023 University of Tokyo study found that unproductive moments like staring at a wall or resorting playlists for the 13th time build mental resilience. Why doing nothing is your brain's defrag mode, rebooting while the world's buffering. That fridge hum, it's your mind's rebellion against a system that wants you to perform like a caffeinated algorithm. You thought you were failing. Nope. You were refusing to be a slide in someone's PowerPoint. You weren't behind. You were offline for a reason. Tough luck. LinkedIn. But let's not kid ourselves. Laziness can be confirmation bias in sweatpants. Whispering, tomorrow's fine. Sometimes it's not strategy, it's fear. A 2021 UCL study tied chronic procrastination to rejection sensitivity, where your brain dodges tasks to avoid judgment. Ever put off a project because it's not perfect? That's your ego playing bodyguard, terrified of a bad review. Picture your mind as a haunted funhouse. Every unfinished task is a mirror reflecting a you that might flop. Here's the weird twist in the 1400s. Monks practiced holy procrastination, skipping political tasks for prayer, calling it divine. Sound familiar? You're not avoiding work. You're dodging a you that might not shine. Brutal, huh? Pass the ramen. There's more. That browser tab from 2022 still open with a recipe. A recipe you'll never cook. It's a shrine to your brain's limbic loop, the tug of war between growth and hiding. A 2024 Caltech study found that pointless habits like rereading old texts or zoning out to lo-fi boost long-term planning. Your brain's not idle. It's running simulations like a sci-fi supercomputer, testing futures while you sip cold coffee. You're not lazy, you're a strategist in pajamas, plotting while the world thinks you're napping. Ever notice your best decisions, like quitting a soul-sucking job, came after a wasted day? That's your brain beta testing your destiny. The twist: you thought you were stuck, but you were building a runway for your next leap. That fridge hum. It's not just noise anymore. It's the anthem of your quiet refusal. Step back for a second. Laziness is evolutionary. Your brain's built to save energy. A trick from caveman days when wasting calories meant death. A 2019 study from the University of British Columbia found that rest prioritizers have better emotional regulation. Your brain's like an old phone battery. It needs to recharge before crashing. When you waste an hour staring at the ceiling, you're not failing. You're running a system update. That chipped mug you're sipping from at 2:54 a.m. It's a relic of every time you chose survival over performance. Ever feel alive after a lazy day? It's your brain remembering it's human, not a productivity app. Maybe God rested on the seventh day because even the divine knows burnout is real. The aha, you thought you were lazy, but you were honoring a 10,000-year-old instinct. But there's a shadow. Sometimes laziness is imposter syndrome in disguise, convincing you doing nothing is safer than failing. Ever avoid a task because you're convinced you'll botch it? That's your brain building a bunker out of unread emails. Picture your mind as a rickety stage. Every unfinished project is a spotlight you're scared to step into. You're not slacking. You're terrified of proving your doubts right. The twist: strategic laziness isn't avoidance. It's knowing what's worth your energy. Monks knew it. You do too. You're not lazy. You're just allergic to performance for performance's sake. You're just too human for their machines. So, here we are, spiraling to the end. You're not broken. You're exhausted from pretending every second must be productive. Laziness isn't a bug. It's your brain saying, I'm saving you for what matters. That chipped mug at 2:54 a.m. It's proof you're still here, choosing to exist in a world that demands you sprint on empty. You thought you were failing by not checking every box. Nah, you were rewriting a rigged game. We didn't need to hustle harder. We just needed to hear that fridge hum a little longer. You're not alone in this pause. I'll be back, whispering truths your algorithm dodges. Hit subscribe not to win, just to pause with us. That's enough for tonight.